This is Shireesha from Master of Business Administration, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So today I'm going to discuss about demand analysis. So demand analysis is one of the basic or the first conception law. So here in this demand analysis, we already discussed about what is demand, what are the three conditions of to satisfy demand, and we also discussed about different types of demand and its definition in the previous session. So today let's discuss about what is law of demand and what are the exceptions of law of demand. So coming to this law of demand. So what is demand and what is law of demand? So demand is, we have just discussed about demand, where how demand can be created for a certain product or service. And law of demand states that here we are concerned with the basic assumptions of law of demand. So coming to law of demand, so law of demand states that all the things being equal means, we also call in economic terminology as it is ceteris paribus. We call all other things being equal means we call it as ceteris paribus. So the quantity bought of the goods and services is a function of price. So what is this law of demand now? If the price of good is increasing, what we do? We don't want to buy more of such quantities, right? So if price is coming down, we immediately want to buy the product, right? So here, what is this law of demand is stating that we already discussed about various determinants of demand, right? So out of various determinants of demand, we are going to pick only one determinant, which is price. Okay. So when price is increasing, then there will be shift in the demand, right? So here, when we visit a shop and we buy few products, and when we buy few products, we get one product free. So do we feel happy? Yes, we feel happy, right? So here, law of demand states that all other things remain equal. All other things. What are the all other things? All other things are rest of the determinants of demand. So what are the rest of the determinants of demand apart from the price? It is income of the customer and taste and preference, size of the population, income of the expected income of the consumer, expected income, expected price of the product or service in the future. So all these are rest of the determinants. So when all the rest of the determinants of demand are going to be equal, then we are going to consider only price to calculate what is the demand, how the demand reacts for the only one particular determinant, that is price. So if price is increasing, what is happening to demand? Demand is decreasing, right? So if price decreases, demand is increasing, right? So this is what law of demand states to us, right? So now here all other determinants are going to be same or constant, then only this law of demand holds good. Okay, so this is all about law of demand. And now coming to what are the exceptions of law of demand. So assumption of law of demand is ceteris paribus, right? So ceteris paribus means all other determinants of demand are going to be constant. Okay, and now we are going to discuss about exceptions of law of demand. So we have got different exceptions of law of demand. So very first one is given goods. So what is this given goods? We also call this given goods as given paradox. So for example, a poor or we can call it as a low income person who is earning money or who is earning low income is going to have like he's going to buy some dal and rice every day. When he wants to buy dal and rice every day out of his income, let us assume it as he is earning only 100 rupees per day, right? When he's earning 100 rupees per day, what he is doing is he is going to earn that 100 rupees and spend the same 100 rupees to fulfill his basic needs, like to have the food, right? So here he's going to buy let us say 1 kg of rice and half a kg of dal or vegetables with that 100 rupees. Okay, so suddenly he earns every day 100 rupees and spends that every 100 rupees every day to buy this dal, rice and vegetables. Okay, so now a fine day, the price of dal and price of rice or vegetables has come down to too low. When it has come down to too low, so then he can buy more of such quantities, but he's not going to do that. What is he going to do? He's going to buy the same quantity of the goods and he want to have some other product, because he every day has the same amount of quantity or same variety of goods which he is buying. So now when the price has decreased, when price is coming down, even though price is coming down, he don't want to buy the same quantity or same goods. He want to buy only same quantity but not the same goods he's going to buy. He's going to buy these goods as well as he want to buy fruits also. Okay, so he's creating demand for some other product, not for the same products what he is everyday buying, right? So here is the price is affecting demand here. Though the price of rice or dal or vegetables have come down, he is not going to buy because he want to have more variety of goods. So in such case, is it not exception of law of demand? Yes, it is exception of law of demand, right? So here law of demand, what law of demand states? Law of demand states that if price is increasing, demand is decreasing. But what is happening in this given goods? So in case of given goods, this is not happening. If price is decreasing, demand for such products, is that increasing? It is not increasing. Rather, he want to create demand for some other product, not the same product. So this is what is given goods or given paradox. So now coming to the next exception, that is Weblin Goods. So coming to Weblin Goods, what is this Weblin Goods? Weblin Goods, we also call them as prestigious goods. Okay, so prestigious goods are like here the people who are earning more amount of money. Okay, so they are really rich. When when a rich person will look into what is the price change, will he wait for what is the price, will he wait for the price to decrease? No, he is not going to wait, right? So he'll be buying the goods like whenever he wants, right? Whenever he needs a good, he just go to a shop and he just pick it up and create demand for such products, whatever he is going to buy. Okay, so what is this Weblin? Weblin Goods means, as I told, it is a prestigious goods. So for rich people, definitely prestige matters a lot for them, right? Though prestigious goods can be like diamonds, gold, all such goods are prestigious goods. They don't look for what is the price change of gold, whether the price is coming down or price is moving up. So shall we wait for till some more days to price come down? So they don't wait for that, right? So they just go visit, have the best product, whatever they want, and they are just ignoring the price and they want to buy the goods. So even the price is high here, they feel more prestigious, right? So they feel more prestigious. This is more better quality item, they feel like that, right? So that's the reason here also law of demand does not hold good, okay, in case of Weblin goods, that is prestigious goods, because they are not looking for price decrease, right? So that's the reason this law of demand is holding bad in case of Weblin goods. So that is also one of the exception of law of demand. And coming to the third one, necessity sphere. So here necessity sphere means like suddenly you got a sudden message that there is going to be lockdown. So we need basic necessities, right? So to have our food, right? So here to have that basic food, we need some basic necessities, right? So for that, what we do, like people go and rush to the grocery shops and like purchase various groceries and go back. So here when there is lockdown, immediately mindset of people has changed, right? So definitely they just though they have good quantity of amount in their houses, but still they go to like grocery shops and they want to stock them. So they are creating more demand at that particular moment. So feeling that there will be shortage in the shortage for these necessity goods in the future. So for that purpose, what people do, they just go and buy the or create demand for such goods in beforehand and create more demand. They are not looking for what is the price here, right? So they are not looking whether the price is high or low. They are looking that here if necessities are going to be shortage in near future, then obviously they cannot have those goods. So that's the reason they feel that though the price is up or up or down, so they are not bothering about it, right? So they are going to buy the products. And now coming to next one, ignorance of price changes. I am totally ignoring what is the price change. So for example, any student like generally teenagers will be little stubborn, I feel, right? So they want something like once they pass on their intermediate, once they are entering into engineering colleges, so they want I want a big nice Apple smartphone, or somebody wants a bike, or somebody wants a car. So they have their own wishes for the students, right? So when they visit engineering in the first, when they enter into engineering first year, they want all these demands to be satisfied by their parents, right? So they are not looking for what is the price of such goods, what is the price of Apple iPhone, what is the price of a bike or XYZ, right? So because they are stubborn enough, so once they enter or step into the engineering first year of any engineering college, so they want that at that moment, they definitely want it, right? So here they are not looking for what is the price, they are ignoring what is the price. So obviously a parent has to buy that, right? So here we are going to ignore the price change. So here when we are ignoring the price change, that also not a law of demand, that here law of demand is holding bad. So that's the reason it is also one of the exceptions. So emergencies, in case of emergencies, we are not looking for what is the price change, whether the price is high or price is low. Do we wait in case of emergencies, what is the price of an injection, like nowadays remdesivir is most demanded injection due to this COVID, right? So do we see like what is the price of it? So we mostly like based on our emergency, we like to buy, though it is in black market or white market or anywhere, though it is 10,000, 20,000, we need to buy it, not we like to buy. We need to buy that particular product at that moment itself, right? So here also we are not looking for what is the price change. So it is also one of the exception of law of demand. And coming to the last exception, that is change in fashion taste and preferences. So if there is any change in fashion of the goods, so if now trending fashion is like wearing torn jeans, right? For girls or boys, right? So they are not looking for what is the, though it is torn jeans, like though it is 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, also people like to buy because it is fashion now. So it is their taste, it is their preference. So they are not looking for what is the price of such item, right? So that's the reason here also law of demand holds bad. So all these are the exceptions of law of demand. Okay. So now coming to the next thing, that is types of demand curves. So as we discussed, what is law of demand? So coming to this law of demand, here when price is increasing, demand is decreasing. Price is decreasing, demand is increasing. That is what is law of demand. And ceteris paribus. Ceteris paribus is here all other determinants of demand are going to be equal or constant. Okay. So now when this law of how to draw a demand curve, law of demand curve, and what are the different types of demand curves we have, let us see now. So the very first one is law of demand curve, and next one is exceptions of law of demand curve, and increase in demand curve, decrease in demand curve, and extension and contraction in demand curve. So one by one, let us try to understand how the demand curve has to be drawn. Okay. So now let's discuss about law of demand curve, how it works, right? So for example, when we take quantity demanded on x-axis, on y-axis we are going to take price. Okay. So now when the price of a good is $1, the quantity demanded, we can observe that it is 500, right? So this is 500. So 500, right? So here the price is $1. We are going to buy 500 units of quantity. Okay. And if the price has increased to $2, here quantity demanded has decreased to 400. Okay. This is quantity demanded, right? And now coming to when the price has increased to $3, then quantity demanded has decreased to 300. Okay. This is our next point. And now when the price has increased to $4, so our quantity demanded has decreased to 200, right? And now the price has increased to $5, the quantity demanded is 100. That is decreased to 100. And next, when the price is, of course, we are not going to take this particular one, that is 0. So now let us, we need to join all these points so that we get a demand curve. So this is what is our demand curve, right? So we call this as demand curve. So DE is the demand curve now. So this is the demand curve which we can see now, right? So we need to join all these. points, so that we get a demand curve. So this is what is demand curve. So I hope you understood what is this demand curve now, right? So in vice versa case also, we can see in different way, like when the price is $5, then quantity demanded is 100. When the price has decreased to 4, the quantity demanded increased to 200. When the price is $3, the quantity demanded increased to 300. When the price is $2, the quantity demanded is increased to 400 units. And the price is $1, the quantity demanded increased to 500. Or we can take like this also, if the price is 1, the quantity demanded is 500. If the price is $2, the quantity demanded decreased to 400. So anyways, we can justify this, right? So this is what is law of demand curve. Okay. So now let's try to understand what are the exceptions of law of we already discussed about the exceptions of law of demand. Now let us draw the exceptions of exceptional law of demand curve. So this is how exceptional law of demand curve looks like. Okay. So the same price on y-axis and quantity demanded on x-axis. So when the price is P and quantity demanded is Q. Okay, when price is P price and the quantity demanded is Q. If the price has increased, when the price has increased to P1, for example, if the price is 100 here, okay, and when the price has increased to 110 rupees here, what should happen actually? The quantity demanded has to be reduced as per law of demand. But because it is exceptions of law of demand, here when the price has increased to 110 rupees, let us say here quantity demanded is also 100 units. Here let us take 110 units. Okay. So here price is 110 and quantity demanded is also 110. Here the same percentage has increased here from P to P1. So P to P1 price has increased, here quantity also increased. So both in same direction. So here it is increasing, here also it is increasing. So that's the reason we get a exceptional law of demand curve. So this is how we draw a exceptional law of demand curve, just like this. Okay. So this is what is demand curve, exceptional law of demand curve. Okay. So next, let us try to understand what is increase in demand, decrease in demand, and extension and contraction of demand. So coming to increase in demand, so we also call increase and decrease in demand as change in demand. Why there is change in demand? So why we'll have change in demand? Because we have various determinants of demand. So when any of the determinant of demand is changing, then there will be change in demand curve. Okay. So let us understand what is this increase in demand curve. So coming to increase in demand curve, so as usual we are going to take price as on y-axis and x-axis, and on x-axis we take quantity demanded. And now when the price is P, that is P naught, the quantity demanded is Q naught. For example, if the price is 10 rupees, the quantity demanded is 100 units. Okay. And price is same here. But quantity demanded has increased to 110. Why this is happening? Because if there is a change in any other determinant of demand, That is, like, as I was telling the same example earlier. So here, torn jeans. Okay, that is a trendy like fashion nowadays, right? So because of that, so though the price of that is constant, so the quantity demanded is increasing here. Okay, so what is this? This is taste and preference of the customer, right? So that is one of the determinant of demand. So here we are not concerned with only price and quantity. When there is any change in any other determinant of demand, then there may be increase or decrease in demand, that we call it as change in demand, right? So now here, when the price is same, the quantity demanded has shifted from Q0 to Q1. Okay, from Q0 to Q1 it has shifted. So our demand curve also shifted from D to D1 curve. Okay, so these are the two demand curves we got, right? So there is a shift in demand curve. So it is when the quantity is increasing here, then we call it as increase in demand curve. Okay, so this is what is increase in demand curve. And now let us understand what is decrease in demand curve. So coming to decrease in demand curve, so there will be just a shift towards the left side. So as usual, this is y-axis and this is x-axis. So now when the price is P, when the price is here, let us take P0. So demand is, quantity demanded, maybe like this. I'll draw it again. So price is P, quantity demanded is Q0. So when the price is P but quantity demanded is decreasing to Q1. Okay. So here there is a shift from right hand side to left hand side, right? So here the price is same but quantity demanded is decreasing here. Okay, so they don't want to buy more such quantities though the price is same. Okay, so then we call it as decrease in demand. So our demand curve shifts from D to D1 to D2. Okay, so it is going back. So demand curve is like this. Okay, it is shifting from D1 to D2. Okay, so now let's try to understand what is contraction and extension of demand curve. So coming to contraction and extension of demand curve, it just looks like a normal law of demand curve. So as usual, we are taking on price on y-axis and quantity on x-axis here. Okay, so when the price is P, quantity demanded is QE. Okay, so this is the first point which we are getting. And coming to when price has increased to P1, the quantity demanded has decreased to P1, right? So price increased, quantity demanded decreased here. Okay, as per our law of demand. And now if the price has come down to P2, quantity demanded increased to Q2. Okay, so this is our point now. So this is our demand curve. So it is just looking as usual like a law of demand curve, right? So now what is this extension and contraction of demand? So here this part of the curve we call it as contraction. And this part of the curve, demand curve, we call it as extension. Okay, so here from this basic point of price and quantity, so here the quantity demanded has shifted, or quantity demanded has contracted. So we call it as, this part we call it as contraction of demand. Okay, demand has contracted here. From this point to this point, so quantity has increased here. Okay, so the demand curve has extended. Okay, so this part we call it as extension of demand, and this part we call it as contraction of demand. So this is all about our extension and contraction of demand and various demand curves, right? So this is all about the demand analysis, my dear friends. So here demand analysis is going to be the basis for the consumption theory in economics. Okay, so let's meet in the next session. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.